Hey YouTube, this is Dave here, and what I want to talk about today is understanding emotions and the sort of filter of perception that it creates for how you see and interact with the world, and to maybe hope to help people better understand their emotions. And how it's driving their behaviors and affecting their perception, and what you can do about it. So the first emotion that I want to talk about is jealousy. And I've meditated for a number of years, and it's taken me sort of a while to filter through my own emotions, because we're not really taught about our emotions in school. You just kind of pretty much have to figure it out for yourself or seek therapy or something. So through my mindfulness practice, so I've been meditating for maybe 7, 8 years now. I've sort of been able to sort through things more specifically, and this is kind of the stuff that comes out of my meditations. So hopefully this helps. So yeah, jealousy. How would I characterize jealousy as a definition? There's three things to jealousy. One, I want it. Two, I can't have it. And three, it's someone else's fault that I can't have it. So there's three things there. Wanting it, which is, a form of desire, but also just a sort of almost a smaller form of greed, if not directed appropriately. So I want it, so a little bit of greed. I can't have it, and now why you can't have it stems and creates why you want it, and usually why you don't believe you can have this thing that you want is because you don't believe you're worth it. Usually, for example, if and let me just use the generic example of you've got someone that you like or that you're interested in, but that person is dating or with someone else, and you get jealous of that other person because they're with who you want to be with. You fundamentally will believe at a deeper level that you're not worth being with that person, and so the desire comes up to then want that person because that helps increase your own sense of self-worth. And I think this is a fundamental key to jealousy, is that whatever you think you want that's arising from your jealousy is actually not really coming from a place of love. And so I'll get to that in a bit. And then the last part of the jealousy is it someone else's fault? And so that's blame. And blame is characterized by a lack of personal power. That is where blame stems from, is you do not fundamentally believe that you have the will to achieve and get what you want out of life. And so you're always going to project that externally into the environment around you, and you're always going to see why external circumstances, people, places, or things are the reasons for you not getting what you want. So yeah, those are the three things which I characterize as a part of jealousy. And so where was I off before? Okay, so what you think you want because of jealousy, it's the reason why you want it is because you really want increased self-worth. Therefore, if I see that person that I love and someone else is getting in the way of that, you want that person because it's going to increase your value of yourself. Now, you may or may not love them to a certain point, but the part of you that's jealous is not coming from a positive place, and it's going to create problems for sure. It's first thing it's going to do is it's going to create anger at who you are jealous of. And so usually because of the lack of self-confidence or self-worth, you're going to sort of try and attack or put down whoever you see as the source of your jealousy. usually you won't do it to their face too either. You'll do it by talking about it verbally with other people, or somehow trying to put them down, or even just in your own mind trying to put them down, because you see them as the reason for not getting what you want, either the promotion or the person or whatever. But that is really misdirected, and in the end will usually end up separating you from what you want anyways. And so what happens is, let's say, there's a person that you like and you want to be with them, and you end up making the other person who you are jealous of look bad in front of that person that you like, and they break up, and now you're free to be with that person that you think you like, but really they're there just to increase your ego and inflate your self-worth. But that really is just temporary, and over a period of time, that lack of self-worth is just going to creep back into your head, and you're going to start seeing other things that you can think of that will increase your sense of value even more, and then you're going to start going after those things, leaving the other things behind, including either the relationship or the job, or whatever it is for you. So you automatically know if there's something that you're jealous of in a person or a place or thing that you're jealous of, that better not be your long-term motivation, because if it stays as your motivation, it's going to end and the cycle will just continue. Yeah, what do you got to do about this? Well, first of all, you got to, in any mindful practice, you've got to kind of recognize how it's feeling in your body, and because there are elements of lack of self-worth and a little bit of anger as well, or personal power and blame, you've got to recognize how these three things feel in your body, searching your body, or even just how you're thinking about it. And if you're always directing negative thoughts at a person and only seeing them as the reason for your lack of success or your problems in your life, then that's jealousy right there. So you can either be aware of your thoughts or aware of how that feels in your body, and then take steps to correct. And so, building anything you can do to build your self-worth, your self-esteem, and reducing your desire is a big one for sure. The less that you want or desire, the less jealous you will be. I think a really key point here in helping reduce jealousy as a motivation for your behavior is to take responsibility for how you contribute to your own successes or failures in life. Because in jealousy there is a lot of blame, and blaming this person or that experience. I think if you can shift the focus outward and turn the focus inward, and looking at, okay, well, this is what I did to contribute toward this situation, looking at your actions and thoughts and feelings, and not everything is under your control, but there's always maybe something else you could have approached differently, or even just another line of thinking, or another way of perceiving things that could have helped end or brought the situation to a more proper or higher resolution. I think really helps. So if you can turn that focus in, stop blaming everyone else, and start looking at how your thoughts and feelings and actions have contributed to where you are, and then take steps to not make or repeat those patterns again, I think that is a fantastic way to sort of increase your own personal power, and shift away from blame and reduce the amount of jealousy. I think someone who isn't jealous is not someone who's going to blame anyone else for their problems, because they take responsibility for it. And if you are a person on the outside who is observing someone else who is exhibiting jealous tendencies, and you don't want them to bring that at you, or you want to help them and they want to be helped, then whatever you can do to help increase their self-worth, is something that is going to be very beneficial to them. So yeah, so that's jealousy. So I want it, I can't have it, don't believe I have it, and it's always someone else's fault. So once you can sort of recognize that in situations and be able to identify that in your thoughts and your feelings and pull away from it, then that will start to become less and less a motivation for you, and you will actually sort of start to feel more happy and at peace with yourself. Yeah, maybe just some examples. As I said before, whenever you see someone else that you like or want to be with on a romantic level, but someone else is in the way, that's a perfect example of jealousy. Another example is someone at work who is, say, always passed up for office promotion, or everyone else seems to be moving ahead success-wise at the office. There's a lot of usually hidden or not hidden jealousy in those situations, or just the office gossip or anything like that. Usually that person very jealous of everyone else, so tries to put everyone else down to make themselves look better. So that is my take on jealousy. So hopefully that helps anyone, and hopefully I'll be able to continue on this series, Understanding Emotions, because I've got a lot of ideas in my head, just getting the time to get it in there. So take care and all the best.